Alright guys, it is time for breakfast. So here we have 85-15 ground beef with spinach, mushrooms, macadamia nuts, all cooked in ghee. And then over here we have some non-caffeinated, this stuff kind of tastes like coffee, but it's just tea, but no caffeine. I've been staying away from caffeine. So total macros for this meal, we are looking at 56 grams of fat, 10 grams of carbohydrates, and 51 grams of protein. Alright guys, and reason why I'm having a low carbohydrate breakfast is because I'm pretty much insulin resistant. Every time I eat carbs I get like very sleepy, and this is due to the condition that I have, Hashimoto's and hypothyroidism. So every time I eat carbs I get like super sleepy, and so it's 10 a.m. right now and I'm gonna go work out probably about 12 p.m. 1 o'clock, and it doesn't really make sense to eat a bunch of carbs and then feel sleepy for my workout. So this is a nice solid high fat meal that's gonna fuel my brain, and then it'll keep my blood sugar way more stable instead of eating carbs and then having like a crash and just being like super tired and like in a daze. And I've been finding that having more fat in my diet has definitely helped with basically staying satiated and just having energy longer throughout the day without the need of having to eat every 3 hours or something. So I eat probably every maybe 5 hours. I'm pretty much doing roughly 2 to 3 meals. Sometimes I'll do 2, sometimes I'll do 3, depending on what I'm doing for the day. And also the supplements that I'm taking, I just started taking betaine, which this is going to help with stomach acid. With the condition I have, I'm not producing enough stomach acid, so I'm taking one of these capsules at each meal. So that's going to help with stomach acid and digestion, as well as N4 fish oil and V1 multivitamin. So the fish oil is good too because it'll help with the gut lining, as well as it'll give me my omega-3s. So I'm going to do 1 capsule with each meal. And the same goes for the V1. Now you guys see how I do eat a very micronutrient dense diet, plenty of veggies, but this is great insurance to have, basically just as insurance. Your diet should be number one, but this is just the insurance to make sure you're getting all your micronutrients in as well. So V1, 1 capsule. And let's eat. Alright guys, and we are heading out to the gym right now, and I didn't take any caffeine because I'm taking a long break from having any caffeine at all. Now with my condition I do have a bit of adrenal fatigue, and adrenal fatigue basically comes from heavy training, using caffeine, coffee. Anything with caffeine will stimulate the adrenals to produce to produce adrenaline, which gives you like that good feeling that you get when you have caffeine. It gives you like a euphoric feeling. Well, that's basically your adrenals delivering that. And my adrenals are pretty overworked because when I was training, I train heavy 4 times per week, and I have 3 rest days. But technically on those rest days, I wasn't even resting. I was doing cardio. So basically overdoing it. And in this whole process of healing my thyroid and Hashimoto's, it's best to try to bring the stress down as much as possible. So 0 caffeine, and on my rest days I'm not doing any cardio whatsoever. The last 2 days I rested, and I did purely nothing but rest. All I did was go to the grocery store, and I did a little bit of walking in there. That was my cardio. So on my rest days I'm fully resting. Maybe I'll go for walks, but I really need to just let my body rest and recover, so that way my training I can recover optimally, and I'll be able to continue to train hard, because that's one thing I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up training. I know I probably should back down a bit, but I think with just all these little things that I'm doing and changing, they will make a big improvement in my condition. So we're heading to the gym right now. I have upper body today, and I'm starting a new training phase. So every 4 weeks my programming switches up, and so today is going to be overhead presses, and chin-ups are the main focus for the main compound movements. So we are en route to the gym. See you guys when we get there.
Jimmy World in the middle of there.
Oh, so I actually feel like I do look pretty good for maintaining my body weight at 193 pounds. I definitely feel so much better than what I did at 190 pounds. When I was at 190 at the end of my cut, I was very depleted. I was very just weak, very fatigued, overtrained, underslept. And so now that I've been basically maintaining my calories around 28 to 3,000 calories, and I've been resting more, my body is just clearly thanking me. I'm still pretty bloated, as you guys can see. Like when I do flex my abs do poke out, but if I just leave my stomach relaxed, like it's still like really bloated, which is weird, but I still have abs. It's like a turtle shell. But yeah, that's the irritable bowel syndrome, which is IBS. It's all part of like this Hashimoto's and hypothyroid thing. It really sucks, but it's just something I gotta deal with. But yeah, overall my workout was really good. And yeah, like I said before, like I didn't have any carbohydrates before my training, and my blood sugar has been stable through the whole entire workout. Like I feel clear, like I'm not even hungry or anything right now. So yeah, I definitely do better with less carbohydrates and more fats. But I think today I'm gonna have a decent amount of carbs since I haven't had much lately, and just kind of refill up glycogen, which I still look pretty full right now. I actually look pretty big, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna actually have a post shake. I have some Pro Zero. Yeah, so I brought some Pro Zero in here, 45 grams of it, so that's gonna be 30 grams of protein. And then here I just got some tapioca starch, and I put 45 grams, which is 40 grams of carbohydrates. So it's just from a plant called arrowroot, which no, it's actually a root. So it's basically just powdered carb, and there's barely any fiber in it, so a little quick to digest. And yeah, so that's gonna be my post-workout shake. And then yeah, that's it. I'm actually driving my homie Caber's car because he's in Florida right now working with Lane, and my BMW's blown up, so it's in the garage. and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet, but yeah, so he's been letting me use his car, so big shout out to the Black Natty. Thanks again, my bro. Alright, how much do you think it's gonna be, guys? We're pretty much on E. $30.31. Alright guys, and here is my next meal. It is currently 6 p.m. We have 320 grams of white sweet potato, 8 ounces of 93.7 ground turkey, and then 160 grams of avocado. Meal looking pretty solid. Total macros, we are looking at 40 grams of fat, 78 grams of carbohydrates, and 51 grams of protein. Time to eat. Alright guys, and that's pretty much going to wrap up the day. That was a full day of what I had to do today. So we trained and we cooked some food. Tomorrow I have some modeling shoots. Well, actually not shoots, I have castings. So I have to go to Providence and then I have to go to Quincy, and they're both for Hasbro. I guess Hasbro is like a game type company, kind of like they make board games or something like that. I don't know, but I have to go to 2 castings tomorrow, so that should be fun and interesting. But yeah, I wanted to talk about what basically I'm going to be doing in terms of like my physique and my body composition and my body weight. Obviously, I want to keep on getting strong, so the main focus is to get as strong as I can, and I don't want to gain any more weight. And so what I'm going to be doing is on my training days, I'm going to be in a slight surplus, and then on my rest days, I will be in a slight deficit. So therefore, overall, I will not be in a deficit, so I'll basically just be at maintenance. And hopefully I could slowly still drop a little bit of weight. I don't know if I maintain this weight and maybe build a little bit more muscle and drop a little bit more body fat to get leaner. I know this is called the recomposition. It is very hard to do as somebody that's been training for as long as I have. Newbies can tend to do this very quickly because it's all new to them. They have it's a new stimulus to their body, and they're able to just put on muscle and then burn fat like simultaneously. So for me, it's going to take a little bit longer, which I'm in no rush for anything. I'm just really stoked to be able to be feeling a lot better. As you guys can probably tell, I just feel pretty good, you know, and I'm just really stoked to see what these next few weeks, months really bring, you know. So just by eliminating all those foods out of my diet, as you guys saw what I ate today, it's basically like the same thing all the time. My carbohydrate sources are very, very limited, so I'm not even eating that many carbohydrates a day. Today I'm only going to hit about 200, and I'm just going to basically jack my fats up so I can hit my calorie goal for the day. So I planned on trying to hit like 300 grams of carbs on my training days, but it's almost going to be not impossible, but I just don't want to eat that much sweet potato. And I'm going to be working on a few recipes, basically like gluten-free, no grains, and no dairy. So I have a few in mind that I'm going to be making with like coconut flour and Pro Zero, so it'll be very good to have for even like people that do have this condition as well and that don't do grains or dairy or gluten. So a lot of good stuff to come. And so yeah, thanks again to everybody that's been subscribed, been watching, and there's going to be tons more content coming. Alright guys, have a good night. Peace.